Welcome to another episode, everyone. The Samoans put a green light on the Samoans in the Los Angeles County Jail, and the Tongans, and really the Asians. The Samoans, Southsiders, had a green light on the Asian car, but the Tongans and the Samoans were essentially a part of the Asian car there in the Los Angeles County Jail. They considered them others. They mark off other when they talk about their ethnicity. They're behind bars. So the Samoans really lumped them in one group, and things got nasty. And then this Tongan for life crip hit the prison yard, and well, things got nastier. What happens when Tongans and Samoans hit the Los Angeles County Jail and the prison yard? Well, things can sometimes get out of hand. This is Crime Talk 369. This individual here talks about the green light that the Samoans had on them and what happened when he hit prison. He's a Tongan for life crip. He did 19 years straight in prison for an attempted murder. He's since changed some of his ways and is trying to do better out here on the street.
As soon as I got older, I started getting seen more, started doing more louder stuff, started getting more seen, recognized. Then I started getting ran up on, and the police started hearing my name. People started talking. I would get pulled over by the gang unit just driving. They'll pull up next to me and say my gang name, like, "Hey, nutcase, man, pull over, nutcase." Like the cops over here, the detectives would get down with you like that. And if they didn't like you enough to the point where you were like rude to them or talk crazy to them, they'll drop you off in your enemy's hood. You're like, "Oh, you want to run your mouth, boy? I'll drop your ass off in your enemy hood," But they do that to you. Like a cop will take you to in Long Beach. If you talk shit to the police, this was back in the day when I was growing up as a youngster. You would talk shit to the cop. The thing that a cop used to always hate that you would tell them. Somebody always taught me this as a young gangbanger. Some stupid shit. Hey, call a cop a rookie. He's gonna be mad. And I always kept that in my head. So every time I ran into a cop, I called him, "Hey man, you." Like every time he did some, like he was trying to do some crazy shit, but man, you a rookie. You don't know what you're doing. They would blow up. "You motherfucker! I done did this and that. You got me fucked up." And then I'm gonna drop your ass off. And I'm like, "Damn, man, my bad. You ain't got to do all that, But they'll take you to like a blood hood, or in Long Beach, they'll take you to the SA neighborhood, But the police play them little games too, Even in prison, like when I first went to prison, like everything is jail is prison. Like LA County, if you can't make it there, you can't make it nowhere else. Like you got to survive there for you can understand what survival is, being in jail. Like a lot of people in California who went through LA County, they understand the way it was back then, because even the cops was vicious, And these are sheriffs. The sheriffs train in the county jail before they actually go to the streets and be an actual sheriff. This is where they train. So they go up in there and be punching dudes up, And they're like, at that time, they were gangbanger cops, kind of. They had their own crew. They would go together and beat dudes up. Like, "Man, where you from? Are you from there? All right, man, come on." So, for example, back in 2005, when I first went to prison, there was a gang, a SA gang. They were knocking down sheriffs. I think they killed 2 sheriffs. And when they went to LA County, those are pre-sheriffs. Like there was a new sheriff. They hear about it. So when these dudes from this gang came in there, they was beating all them dudes up. I'm talking about they'll catch dudes, they put you in a cell with like 6 people, and then they'll run up in our cell. The cops will hit your cell, run up in there 6, 7 deep, and be like, "Everybody face the fuck down. Hey, who's from Whoopie Whoop in here? Are you from there?" And then somebody get up and like, "Yeah, that's me." "Oh yeah, we got one." And they'll just beat the shit out of him, like damn near beat him to death, just because he's from that hood. But they was doing the same thing back. If they couldn't catch you on the street, they'll catch you in there. And I think all those sheriffs that was doing all that bullshit, they got sent to the.
Yeah, and we know, that sheriffs were under investigation there in the Los Angeles County Jail for some time, and it most certainly came out. I'm going to cover that soon, as a matter of fact, that the sheriffs there were beating inmates, killing inmates, doctoring up the paperwork, planning stuff in the Los Angeles County Jail. Sheriff Lee Baca. This was going on for some time, and as the Tongan here alluded to, I don't know his name, Tongan Pak. There it is right there, Tongan Pak. Pak or Pak, however he pronounces it. Shout out to him. He's from Long Beach, California. He's from Tongan Crip out there in Long Beach, he says. And as he said, he did 19 years in prison. But that back there in the county jail, not 2005, yeah, but even before then and even after then, they had gangs there, the sheriffs in the Los Angeles County Jail. And these sheriffs would beat you. They would take your life. They'd come in the cell, as he alluded to, tell everyone to face down, and whoever their target is, everyone else in the cell got to get out, face down. As they beat up this other individual. If you get up, you just gonna get beat up too, or whatever else they may do. They'd take your life in there at this time. And then everyone was, talking about this complaining about the treatment there in the Los Angeles County Jail. And they finally got an investigation after decades, and Lee Baca and them were certainly found liable for beating inmates. They had many cases, severe cases, where inmates were beat and even unalive, but still there were very, very little consequences to their actions. So this just lends to the violence of the Los Angeles County Jail. If the police are in there extremely violent, you can imagine the police are turning a blind eye when the inmates are extremely violent, because they are violent in there as well. So if you're not strong, you're just cooked. If you're waiting on the police to save you, they're not going to save you. They're crooked. They're corrupt. They're beating you as well. You have to save yourself in the LA County Jail.
Feds or got fired or something, because it was a big thing in the county where they was mistreating inmates and manipulating witnesses. Like the cops in there were like real gang members, man. Once upon a time, you know.
Yeah. So what you see in the movies with corrupted cops, that was real.
Bro, that's real as fuck. Like they used to have an Asian module in there. It was nothing but islanders. Remember I told you when we go to jail, they separate us. So we're called the others. So in the LA County Jail, there ain't no others called as it used to be an Asian module. The Asian module was nothing but islanders and Asian. They kept us separate from everyone else. Based on the Mexicans had a green light on a certain Asian fractions that ran with us. They were green lighted, so basically they said they run with y'all, so all of y'all green lighted. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even from this hood, but we got to go in this Asian module. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody from that gang, but being that we're all others, you know, green light all you guys. And like I told you, it's not that many of us. So it's easy to green light 10 people, you know, it's easy to green light 20 people, you know, but you can't do that when it's 300-400 type of people. It's different, you know, but in there, I didn't see the Koreans and the Asian module, they were like the rich ones in there. So they would be in there frying food on their bunks. Like I've never seen nobody fry food on their bunk, like scraping the metal off the bunk, taking the paint off, and making grills out of the bunks, like burning the milk cartons. They putting like tissue in there, setting it on fire, burning it. They're making grill like hibachi in jail. You know, this is county jail. We over here eating sack lunches and peanut butter, and the Koreans got it hooked up. They got it because they had to connect in the county, so they was getting anything they wanted. You know.
Well, yeah, not just the Koreans, but in the county jail, that's how a lot of individuals do it. But even in prison, that's how they fry these days. At least when I was there, right there on the bunk, the homie Trey Monk he was the cooker before I left for everyone for the car. We give him all the food, and he be in the cell frying. You know, game day, Sunday, football games coming on. We're gonna be stuck in our cells. He be in there cooking up the burritos, but he frying them. Put toilet paper in the milk cartons, light it on fire. That's how you get that's your pit right there. That's your fire. Put that fire under the bunk, and that's your grill. Your bunk is literally your stove, literally your grill. Put the food on top of the bunk. Pounds of meat and all this. This is where you sleep at, but this is how they clean it off real good and fry it right there and make the burritos, tacos, or whatever it is that you make it. Eat it and send it out. And that happens in the county jail, and it's also happening in prison. Stay out of there. That's not. Who the hell wants to eat that? I mean, it was good, you know, compared to the prison food, but the hell, that's your grill, a bunk? Oh man.
So they would have real food. We'll walk by and they'd be grilling food, they'd be drinking, smoking, anything you wanted in there, you could get it. Besides freedom, anything and bitches, you know. There was this one incident. This is a situation. I had a certain yard. There was a certain individual on the yard. It was one of my people. He was an islander. Now, this certain person was doing drugs, you know. He was doing drugs on the low. So you know how drugs come up in there either through vision or you get yourself a plug and you got somebody working for you one way or the other. So this dude, he loved crystal, you know. So people were being crystal, he would buy it. His family took care of him. There's a lot of people in there that their families don't know they're using dope. They just send them money because they think they're taking care of them. And this dude using all his money to buy crystal, you know. So he in there snorting up. He's hallucinating. He's been up for like 3 weeks straight, you know. So he's like thinking people were plotting on him. And all the people he thought of plotting on getting him, he thought I was trying to get him, you know. So in his head, he was building that I was trying to get him. So he's in the cell making knives, you know. Like, man, I'm gonna get this dude, right? And I'm in another cell, I'm like 2 cells away. So I don't know none of this is going on. I'm the MAC rep. So I'm coming out and I'm checking on all the homies. As a MAC rep, it's your job to go check on your people when you come out to the they call it the building, but the day room. So I'll come out and check on the homies. I'll go check on him. I'm like, hey, bro, you good? And he didn't say nothing. He's just looking at me like, I'm like, man, what's up with this dude? But I already know he high, you know? So I'm like, try to keep my distance. So Well, he left to medical. One day the cops came and escorted him out of there. Then they came and searched my cell, searched like 3 other people's cells, searched like 2 other people. So this dude, high on crystal meth, he went PC'd up and told on everybody that had a phone and had drugs. Or they came, took my phone, took some other people for dope. Like he snitched on a gang of people and got them caught up. And then 2 weeks later, like usually when you snitch and you roll it up, the police take you to the hole. And then you go to the hole and they pen and send you to an SNY yard to send you somewhere else new, to another prison that people didn't even know that you rolled it up from. They call it roll it up when you leave a yard without just, I don't want to be here no more. Or you high on crystal, you owe too much money, you rolling it up. So he rolled it up, went to the hole. 2 weeks later, this dude came back to the yard. You're supposed to not be here, right? You came back. This the games that the cops play. The cops know he ain't supposed to be here, but they didn't like him. So they brought him back. They want something to happen to this dude now. So they're like, I see him come back. We go to chow early in the morning. This guy left to the hole. That was about 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, he's not coming back. So 2 weeks, we go to.
Yeah, he shouldn't have brought his ass back. No matter if the cops like him or not, he shouldn't have came back on the yard. You should, certainly you're about to get stabbed up. You just snitched right there on the yard, on individuals right there on that same yard. It's not a question that you snitched. It's not, we don't have the paperwork, something happened on the street. You just snitched right here in the building, right here on the yard, and went to PC for a couple of weeks or to the hole and then came back. No, high off of that stuff. And I remember the same thing happened with one of my homeboys, got high off of that stuff and wouldn't come out of his cell, start tripping. He had someone's phone, he wouldn't give up the phone. And then he rolled it up, just like this. He rolled it up because he hallucinating, tripping off of this stuff. He rolled it up and snitched on everybody in the building. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody except me. The police came in and hit all the main hitter cells in the building. Bloods, Crips, everybody looking at me because they ain't hit my cell. I'm the only cell they hit. And they had me dead bang too. And they came running in the building. I had my phone in my hand. I said, damn, and I threw it in the locker. And there wasn't nothing I could do. I was caught. If they didn't hit my cell like they hit everybody else's cell right there in the building, I'd have been done. But they didn't hit my cell. He snitched on everybody else but didn't say my name. Bitch, you should have went on and told on me too. Don't leave me out of it. The hell? I got to be out there in the day room, gaffled up cuffed up like everybody else. I'm still in the cell. Everybody in the day room, and they looking up at me, looking up at my cell. They not happy. They're like, he ain't telling his homie, huh? Oh, man, that wasn't a good feeling. Nah, man, go ahead and snitch on me too, bro. Get me out of here. The hell, I need to be in the day room with everybody else.
Yo, somebody like, hey, man, old boy is here. And I'm like, who? They tell me his name, and I'm like, fuck he doing here, He got to go. That's my first thing. Dude got to get up out of here. Favoritism. What I tell you. 4 other dudes come around. Oh, man, I think it's good. We're going to just discipline him in the house. Like, we ain't going to, when they say discipline him in the house, they mean they're going to just beat him up in the cell where the cops don't see it. They don't get no write-up. They just get away with it, So we're going to discipline him in the house. When people say that, they really ain't going to do nothing to him. They're going to make him do push-ups or something like that in the cell to say that's the discipline, because certain fractions don't put hands on their people as a discipline. They might make them write letters or make them work out or run laps or something like that. But certain people, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Like, but us, he needed to get his ass whooped because that was a big infraction. He needed to die. You just told on a gang of people. Like, you can't come back to the yard and then now you with us and then we cool. Now you make us all look bad,
Yeah.
So now we trying to politic on this dude leaving. I'm like, you gotta go, bro. Like, I'm telling the fellas, now there's like a divide, Like, the homies are divided now. This is an Islanders car. It's just us. And it's because of this one individual. All we had to do was tell the Islanders to beat this dude up. Islanders and Asians runs together in the car. So the Asians and the Islanders are together, but when there's conflict within the car, the Asians kind of like back up, the Islanders back up. It was an Islander that was bullshit. So the Asians were like, he gotta go. They start politicking on us, and now the homies are looking at the Asians like, you gotta go. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, now it's conflict, but they're right, But nobody wants to be wrong. So now we over here plotting, like, we're plotting on the homie now. Like, damn, we gotta, when he goes out to chow, I'm finna catch him over here, you catch him over there. Like, when he goes to dinner, get him over here. If he go get his package, like, we were trying to sign him up for medical. Like, you sign, like, people, this is like a common trick to get somebody to come out of the cell in prison. We'll sign you up for medical, and your dumb ass will come out thinking you going to medical. You don't even know you got set up. You're like, damn, I ain't know I had a medical appointment today. Because people just be happy to come out the cell just to go somewhere, whether it's the store, just to come out the cell. A lot of people who don't have jobs, they just stuck in the cell, ain't going nowhere. So you put that dude who needed his ass whooped on him. We put him on medical slips. The first time he came out to medical, I think the Asians they jumped them like probably like 11 or 12 homies, stabbed them up, jumped them up kind of bad, like did them real dirty, because we didn't do it. So if you don't take care of your own people, like within the car, if an Asian dude fucked up, the Asians got to beat him up, right? If an Islander fuck up, the Islanders got to beat him up. So when the Islanders didn't take initiative, the Asians beat the Islander dude up, caught him slipping, going to medical. I'm gonna talk about. You ever see somebody have a black face? You ever see a black eye? That motherfucker had a black face. They stomped the shit out of here. So when that happened, like politics come in. So now we like, oh, the Asians. So this is where, oh, the Asians took off before we did it. Like, no, they didn't. You guys didn't. You guys didn't take care of business, so they hurry up and did it and got it up out the way. So when the Asians did that, now we go to war with the Asians. Like, oh, you guys took off without letting us know. Now we got to take off on you guys. So after they took off on that dude, like the next day, I believe I went. It was a Thanksgiving. I went to visit. I went to go see my wife and my son. I told my wife, like, hey man, I think I might be going to the hole. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, they just jumped the homie. And she's like, who? And I'm like, telling her what happened. And she's like, man, be careful with all that. Like, man, you ain't gotta be. And I'm like, this is a place where you can't really just say, I'm not gonna do nothing. Like, you have to be involved. Like, either you either on the mission or you're the mission. So I told her the situation. It was so serious that the sergeants came in to the visit and told me, hey man, because they knew I was a representative for my car. So they're like, hey man, something happened. Your boy got beat up. I'm already knowing. I'm like, who? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know. They told me his last name. And I'm acting like I don't know. And I'm like, oh for real? Oh, that's crazy, man. I'm gonna think about it when I get back. Damn, it's crazy. I'm in the visit right now. Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, so your car, the Tongan / Samoan car, apparently the Islanders are against the Asians, or not against, they're all in the same car. But then there's a divide when something happens. When politics are involved, there's a divide between the Asians and the Islanders, as he said. But they are, other than that, they're together. So the Asians told them, hey man, y'all get rid of this dude. We don't want to do it. This y'all people, we are together, but this y'all people, he's an Islander. He just snitched on everybody. What do you mean you take care of it in-house? You're going to take care of it in the cell? As he said, he's supposed to die. First he said he's supposed to get beat up. Then he corrected himself. No, he's supposed to die. Well, yeah, those are the prison rules. Like, you just snitched on everybody in the building. What are you talking about? And then came back to the building. Came back to the yard because the police don't like him, so they put him back on the yard. You supposed to be PC. What are you talking about? And then he comes back to the yard, and he's talking about the favoritism because apparently the Tongans and Samoans or whomever are making excuses as to why he should stay on the yard. I don't know what the excuse is. He told on everybody. I don't know what you're going. I guess maybe he was high or whatever. So they said they're gonna take care of it in-house. They're gonna get him in there, and as he said, normally that just means nothing. They're gonna get him in there, act like they beat him up. Hey, let's make some noise. Start hollering, man, like we punching on you. Hit him in the body a couple times, and then walk out talking about that he got his DP, he got his discipline. But it's really because of his favoritism. They like this individual more than other individuals for whatever reason. No, he's supposed to get taken off the yard. He's supposed to get hit up and taken off of the yard. Period. So the Asians clearly said, no, hell no, we're not having it. Y'all tripping. Y'all not going to do it? We'll do it because that's how it goes. Those are the politics. You give everyone a chance to take care of their own business. Every section, every faction, every car, a chance to take care of their own clean up their own backyard, take care of your own business. And then if they do not clean up their own backyard for whatever reason, they're hesitating, they don't want to do it, then you take care of it. And then you are at war with them. And for not taking care of their business, you had to take care of their business for them. But now we got a situation where these individuals are ready to go to war with the Asians for them stomping old boy out, that snitch. Well, y'all didn't do it. Y'all wasn't going to do it. Talking about taking care of it in-house. They had to get him off the yard. Oh, yeah, all y'all look bad. The whole Asian car, Islander car, all that, y'all look bad to every other group on the yard. Y'all look horrible. They can be plotting, in fact, to get your whole car off the yard. So they had to take care of it. Y'all didn't take care of it, but now y'all ready to go to war with the Asians. Where was that energy at when y'all needed to get this dude off the yard? Where was that violent energy at then?
You wasted my time, but it was on my mind, like it bothered me the whole time. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go to the hole. Like, fuck, man, I was with my son. I was trying to enjoy the visit, but my whole thing was I'm going back and these dudes fuck around and get me because of that, because that was on. So right when I got back, that following day, the breakfast for my visit, I told everybody, man, let's go to war, man. Fuck it. They didn't took off on the homie, man. We gotta go. We gotta do what they have to do. So the very next day, It was like 5 cells of us, islanders. It was me, my monkey, 2 other ones, like 6 of us, you know. So child, we walked the child the very next day. I don't know if the severity of the situation got to certain people's minds. Like certain people in the yard thought that was cool. Like, oh, they did their thing. Like, now we ain't got to do nothing. But then here I come, like, no, no, no. We got to do something because they did something y'all didn't. So now we got to, basically, you got to clear each other out. Everybody got to cancel each other out. So we all got to crash each other. Everybody go to the hole, bring new homies on the yard. The yard will reset. That's kind of like how it works, you know. So we kind of crashed the yard. We took off on a couple of Asian dudes going to chow. Like we had an internal riot amongst our own self over this individual who was a fucking dope fiend that was PC'd up and came back. You feel me? It was all bullshit, but we went to war over that. I went to the shoe. I had a fight, attempted murder for that. I went to the shoe. The shoe is segregated. A segregated housing unit is where they send you like after the hole. Like when you get your time, like you go to the hole for a crime, and then they give you time. Like, okay, you're here for that. Now you got to do 2 more years for this, you know? So you got dudes back there for years off of some shit that happened on the yard, you know? So you run into, like, I went to a whole bullshit over that one individual, you know? And, you know,
Yeah, wow. That's Crime Talk 369. There it is right there. Crime Talk 369. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Tongan for Life Crip right there. You know, glad you're free now. Stay out of there, man. Do your stuff. Be successful out here on the street. Prison is not for anyone. But there you have it, people. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's a crazy story right there. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't know that ended up happening. That they allowed an individual that was a rat, that was clearly a snitch, to come back onto the same yard that he snitched on. I've never heard of that in my life. And then they didn't even want to do anything to him. So we going to take care of it in-house? No, that's not how, what are you talking about? That's crazy. The Asians had the presence of mind and say, oh, hell no. You're not about to make us all look bad. We're all together. We're all in the same, we're all looking like some snitches and cowards right now. We got to take care of this. What are you talking about? Y'all not going to do it, okay? Bam, they get on the dude, they take care of it. Then these dudes go to war with him. He catches shoot program for whatever they ended up doing to the Asians in retaliation. So it must have been pretty serious when they got those dudes and retaliated. But that's not really, no, you shouldn't be, no. I understand people of course, someone put their hands on someone in your car in your faction, you have to go to war. You have to get involved. But in this case, no way. Dude is a snitch, and y'all didn't take care of it, so they took care of it. So now you're going to war over a snitch. You literally just went to war over a snitch, risking your life, stabbing people, getting stabbed up, going to the shoot program over a rat, telling your wife and the visionary, hey baby, I'm about to go down. Over a snitch that y'all didn't want to take care of. And they took care of it, so now y'all go to war with them. Why you didn't go to war with the snitch? If you had the wherewithal to go to war with them over them taking care of the snitch, how come y'all just didn't take care of the snitch? Nasty work. Stay safe and stay free, people.